Welcome to African Renaissance TV from wherever spatial you are watching us from. This is the Sustainability Track, a program that brings you innovative solutions and creativity in the world of sustainability. This is a program that we are looking into to bring you sustainability issues from all over the country here in the Gambia and to extend this at the African perspective. Today is an interesting day. I mean, it is going to be an interesting day. We are here to talk about spoken word poetry. Poetry has been somehow a household name in the Gambia. But to look at this in detail, we have a young poetess who would want to take us through the nitty-gritties as far as poetry is concerned here in the Gambia. And not to bore you with too much of introduction, because today is not a day about me, not the Sustainability Track. Today is a day for a young and amazing poetess to take us through her poetry journey. And this is interesting because she's just getting started. Dijah,
yes.
Welcome on to the Sustainability Track.
Thank you.
We are glad to have you here.
Thanks so much.
After, is it a short notice that you've been here? Well, now it's not quite short. But before we get into conversation proper, I want us to know who is Dijah.
Okay, Dijah, as the name goes, that's a famous name, Dijah. But my name is Poetess Dijah, so the name is given Dijah. So before looking for another poet name, let me just attach it there to make it easy.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
From Khadija to then we have
Dijah.
So it's a easy
So
transition.
yeah.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay, that is Khadija to, so but I would preferably call it Dijah. It's a household name now that we want to really get into. So, like I said, we want to talk about spoken word poetry, and then you're a poetess, an amazing one. So what has been the inspiration? There could have been a lot of things you can be. You can be a lot of professions, but you've been into the poetry field.
Poetry.
What has been the inspiration?
Like, the thing is, I enjoy writing. I love writing. Whenever I write, I feel good about it. Because I could remember when I was in grade 6, I was having a teacher called Auntie Marie Gomez. You know, she always liked youths who like showing out themselves. So when I was in grade 6, normally we do this public speaking on the assembly ground. So this is how I started writing, and I have the aim for it, the passion. I believe that I can do it. And she was always there to push me. Dijah, look, hey, you can do this, and you have to do it. It's not a matter of choice, it's a force. Because, like, you know, I was so young, I don't know what's good for me and what's bad for me. So she have to put a force on me as a teacher and get me to see what I want to be.
Oh, so that is where it started.
That's where it started.
At that young age,
at that
you
young
were able
age,
to speak in public and to say your mind at least.
Sure.
That is quite interesting. Okay, so I want us to go deeper to this. But before we head into some questions proper, this may be a little test, just a little test of some poetry pieces.
Okay, no problem.
A freestyle.
A freestyle, all right. Let's go with this. Beginning the pace to spark and free the space. You wanna narrow for our face, the pace, what you can't embrace to them. It's a case to me, it's lace, maze, grace, so you can't raise to erase the pace I made. The world is spherical in shape. Geography state with no tape is been measured the landscape. Blessings in abundance, nature shade, with no cost to be paid. Farm, the soil is fertile. Drink, the river is given, see, breathe, the oxygen is free. Still we insane, progress not attained, every day is a complaint, the truth is change, we campaign no change. Tell me who he has not complained for rain of success and grace, less pain, no stain, blood stain. The evil is on the throne, look, he is plain. Let's shoot and gain, sanity is the plan, hard work is never in vain. Maintain hope and be optimistic, the stage is our domain. Let's entertain, sensitize, educate, and advocate for nation building. Poetry is a way.
This is one that I can pay any amount to go and watch, I mean, at any stage.
Okay.
It's that good. So, well, how does this come around? I mean, you can just sit from anywhere and then say anything. I mean, and it rhymes so well, and I'm able to get the gist of all that you are saying. It's like the words are so articulate that you can always get the meaning of the words behind that.
Sure.
Okay, so take me through. What are some of the skill set that you need? This is creativity at its highest level. What would a person need if you want to become a poet in terms of creativity? What do you really have that I don't have, or people really should have before they become a poet?
I believe everyone can become a poet or poetess. Like, let's say some people are naturally gifted when it comes to poetry. they do it when they do not learn. We have those type of people. We have others that that they have to sit and learn what is poetry itself before they become a poet or poetess whatsoever. So that's it. Everyone can become a poet.
Well, it's quite amazing. Well, if I am one of those people that can be really out of comfort, that
it's not you can really do it.
It's interesting. It has to start with you believing in yourself.
Good.
It's that is important. So that is something you might be expecting from me. When going forward, I can become one. Let's shift a bit from that. When you look at poetry, it has become somewhat an influential thing as far as impact is concerned in the society. We've seen poets and poetess write pieces or act pieces that are relatable to the society in terms of what is happening in their society. We've seen people have poems on political issues, poems on the environmental issues, poems on the livelihood of people. How does that impact influence your pieces when you are writing poems? Do you look into what is happening in your environment or some emotional attachments that you have as a person?
Sometimes I write basically on the society and what I observe and what I have seen in general. Because I have this poem called Road Accident. It was written when I was in grade 10.
Wow.
It was among the first pieces I have wrote so far. So by that time, accident was too much. Anyway, I go to accident. I said, wow, this has to stop. I mean, I have to advocate. As an advocator, you don't only write so that people will be like, wow, she's a writer. You have to write and educate the people. You have to write and educate the society. You have to write and educate the world, I mean the globe itself. So when you are writing, you have to write something educative, a message to the people that when they listen to it, they're going to learn something from it. Let's talk about Road Accident. Road Accident, when you listen to the title itself, Road Accident, wow, he or she is talking about road accident. What could she say? What message is she going to give? So it's very important.
That's quite fascinating because that is impact at its highest level.
Yeah.
You not just entertaining people, you're not just keeping people at the edges of their seats.
That's it.
Rhymes
and the other stuff.
That is always a meaning behind
those words.
It could be, like you said, it could be advocacy, it could be awareness creation, which is quite important.
Yeah.
Okay, you are... if someone might allow to say that a rising star as far as poetry is concerned, but do you have people that you look up to, like people that really motivate you as far as the poetry industry is concerned here in the Gambia?
Here in the Gambia?
Some of those poets or poetess that you are really amazed with?
Yeah, normally I enjoy JT because she's unique in what she does. She's unique, like she's just perfect. And the girl is great. I can say she's better than all or she's more perfect than all, but to my side, she's unique. And I like looking up to her.
And that uniqueness is an amazing part.
Good,
that's it. Stands out of the whole crowd.
Out of the whole crowd. Let's say when you had an audio of hers, straightforward, you're going to know, yeah, this is JT. That makes her unique.
So, like I would have asked this because you've seen a lot of people, like a lot of poets, and creativity and pieces will inform each other. When you have one person doing it this way, rhyming this way, every other rising poet or poetess will try to copy them.
Good. That's the exact thing. They follow the same line. You see, when you're doing poetry, you have to be unique. You have to be unique so that when you stand somewhere else, even if someone happens to recite your poem, when they heard about it, they'll be like, this belongs to someone. This Dijah's or this JT's, this city base. You understand what I mean? That's it.
That's quite important. I mean, uniqueness has to come with originality. That's important in whatever we do. And your originality can really go into determining how far you can come as a person. Well, normally, time is always of essence, but I want us to look into some challenges that not just you face, but poetry and personalities face generally in this country. I'm starting with you. What are some of those main challenges you face, till date your career?
Yeah, the thing I face here, let's start it from the society itself, because corruption starts at home. Like what you do, not everyone support what you do. So it's where corruption begins, and that's the first challenge. This is what I want to be. No, you're not going to do this. You're going to do that. Like I said, my aim is to become a poet, to a writer. So it's hard. That's a challenge. Okay, so when you write a piece, you have to record. If you don't have the cash to record with it, it's also another problem. Shooting video is also another problem. So, and you want to become a poet whereby everyone is going to look up to you. So that's a struggle.
There's an expectation on your shoulders.
Good. That's a struggle you have to work for. So you have to accept challenges in life. They are part of life. So you have to accept them. Work hard. People can support. Let's say they can't support you by cash, but through kindness, they can support you. So it's very important.
Well, those are huge as far as you're concerned. I mean, the societal expectation and the societal, as far as belief and how they treat everyone is that important.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, finances are a key aspect of this, because now resources are becoming so
expensive.
Let's say if you want to launch an album, for instance, that requires huge tax, financial. That's a huge financial body that we look into. But okay, those are quite important. And I want us to look into more as the industry. What are some of those that you want to maybe talk about, to say at the industry level, not just you or per se all the rising poets and poetess we have here? What are some of those that you think the industry can do? People, generally, the whole fraternity of poets can do to at least, let's say, take the next step?
That is to support one another. Like, we have to support one another. If you want to be there, if you want to move the industry forward, we have to be loyal, we have to be trustworthy, we have to be honest among each other. You understand? Let's say competition will be there, but at the positive aspect, not at the negative aspect. Because when we talk about competition in the Gambia here, they all take it to the negative aspect, yeah? But here, if you want to see the poetry industry forward, we really need to be honest, support each other, and let's say when someone have album, support the person so that the guy can go forward. The same way, that's not the only, he or she is not the only guy going forward. You both are going forward.
Like
we're growing together, because when you said poetry industry, you are not talking about DJ, you are not talking about JT, you are not talking about Champion, CDB, name them. We're talking about the poetry industry here. So we have to support one another in order to move forward.
That's quite important. We will look into the issue of time, which is an important aspect. Here we tend to be sensitive to time. That's quite important. But before I'm going for the first commercials, I want us to close this first edition, first aspect of it, with a 30 seconds freestyle, if you want to call it.
Okay. Lu du dëgga fen la te lu du yàlla neen la. Gis nga dëgga bi fii ku bugg a tekki da ngay jóg taxaw takk sa ndiga raam dox ñax ñafe pour nga mun a tekki, moo tax it man Dijah dama ñafe. Nitay ñaawal moromi nitaam waaye lu yàlla binda musuta ñaaw te du musa ñaaw. Kii dafa gumba waaye day dégg, kii dafa muuma waaye day gis, ñële dañu gis wax waaye den te. Man dama la feñ, but that doesn't make me disabled but differently able. He's fat and short, she's skinny and tall. So I don't need that bleach to bleach my skin. Kon dama bugga nga xam ma xam ñu xam you are the best creature ever. I think that's okay.
Wow. Well, we'll cut it short from here, and then we'll go for our first commercials. And when we return, the conversation continues. Welcome back from that short commercial from wherever space you are watching us from. This is the Sustainability Track, and today here our topic of discussion is spoken word poetry, an interesting topic that we have a special person taking us through the journey of our poetry as far as is concerned here in the Gambia, and we are also going to look into the African perspective at some point. Dijah, welcome back from that short commercial. It's interesting. Like how we ended the break. I would have loved to have started that, but at some point we will tune into that mood again.
Okay.
It's interesting to do that. But the next thing that I want us to talk about is specifically on you, about your pieces, poetry pieces that you might have. What is the most, what is your favorite that you are so connected to, and then why?
Okay, currently I love all of them. I enjoy reciting all of them, but this piece, Gone Out of a Globe.
Gone Out of a Globe.
Yeah, Gone Out of a Globe. It's talking about death. Yeah, I have a very special person that was so close to me when he passed away.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
So I wrote that piece.
And that is one that you are most connected with.
Connected with.
That's important because there is this saying that as far as poetry is concerned, if there is any piece, like I had a brother say this before, any poetry piece without emotional attachment really does not qualify to become a poetry piece.
Poetry piece.
So poems tend to be a means of expressing our feelings, our desires, and then even our aspirations. So those are quite important.
Sure.
Going into, so let's look into the future now. Dijah, what are your plans? 2023 is here, 2024 is upcoming. What are your plans?
Like the plan I have, I wouldn't like to share it for now.
Just a brief about, so let's say the aspirations. You, who do you want to become? If we don't want to give a gist of those plans, I'm sure you have a lot of things coming up.
Okay, I want Bro Mohammed to stand at Westfield and see my picture there. This is to happen by this day.
Wow.
Wow.
That would be amazing. And I can bet you've already on the right track as far as that is concerned.
Okay.
We are someone that we are looking ahead to say, okay, someday this young lady here is going to dominate this industry, not just in this country, but even outside of this country. So that's quite important. Okay, so let's go with this. You have a lot of young people now going into the as far as poetry is concerned, both spoken word and then written as it's quite becoming a fascinating thing for young people. Let's go with advices. What advice would you have for people from, let's say, from secondary level to tertiary level? What advice would you have for them?
Normally, I do advise them to focus on what they want to be in future. Because in the Gambia, when you completed your schooling and go to the university, you study what you end up, like what you studied and what you end up being, sometimes it's quite different. So anything you want to be, you plan it at the early age. This is what I want to be in future. Make sure you focus on that. As a poet, you already have the aim. I want to become a poet in future. Focus on your poetry career. Might be you have other things to focus on, but focus on your poetry career. And never give up. Never say I can't.
With whatever challenges.
With whatever challenges come your way. Never say I can't. Give it a try. It's very important.
That's quite important. Challenges would be there. There are a lot of whatever field you end up with. Even if it's poetry, there must be challenges.
Yeah, and in the senior secondary school level, you have the science students, math students who come and tell you that I'm not an art student. Why should I do poetry? Well, poetry, it doesn't matter whether you're a science student, it doesn't matter whether you're a commerce student, it doesn't matter the field you're doing. Poetry is for all. You can do poetry, I can do poetry, someone out there can do poetry. Everyone can do poetry, is what I believe in.
That's quite important. Everyone there can do poetry. I can do poetry. And I can look into those days to say that I would one day become a poet in my own right. I might define it in my own right, but that's important. Can we talk about key importance of poetry as far as you are concerned? What are the contributions of poetry to the greater society?
It attributes to your life. It contributes a lot. As for me, like, let me say my own. When I started it, I was having friends. I have many friends. I move around, you know, all day I can roam. But when I started poetry, I was like, this is not the lifestyle I wanted. As long as I am a poet, I have young people looking up to me. I am a role model. So I have to be, you know, let's say, I have to be someone who is different. I cannot be roaming around like, nobody's useless though, but I can use it in that way because roaming around for no reason. So that's it.
So it's like that responsibility of inspiring other people,
other people,
not just age mates or whatever. But it could be anyone that is looking up to Dijah as a poet, looking up to any other poet or poetess in this country. So that responsibility is an important element for the greater society.
And people respect you for that. They really respect you for that.
And so that is something that we cannot joke about. I mean, responsibility, and that is a mentorship role that comes into that. So whatever you do good, it's the influence is translated into the society.
Others, yeah.
If you do the contrary, I mean, on the negative aspect, you are also contributing negatively to the society.
Good.
Well, I wouldn't have thought of this. This is quite fascinating. Poetry, it's like some would say, to some people it might be more than a skill, more than a profession. Some would tend to call it a religion sort of for them. So, but it's quite amazing.
It changed one's lifestyle, you know. To me, it changed one's lifestyle, because when you're into poetry, you look up to many things. You look up to many things.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the research that comes into a poetry piece. Do you just come about taking a pen and the paper to say, okay, this is what I have in my head and that is what I'm writing? Or that is an external deal of research that you do to talk to people, to search the internet, to... What do you do? Let's just get into that nitty-gritty.
It depends. Let's say someone who just said, this is what in my mind, I have to write. You write about it. Some people have to go for research. Sometimes I do go for research and write. Because when I was writing my road accident, I have to go for research and write it down before recording the audio and releasing the piece. Sometimes I research before writing it down, but sometimes I just sit. When I have such feeling, I write.
Because it could depend on the mood.
On the mood I am in.
You are in a very good mood and you're like, okay, I'm going to write this down.
Yeah, I'm going to write this down.
But other times, like you said, on that road accident piece, it's important to get your facts right.
Facts there.
So it's more than just reading out some words,
rhymings.
It's beyond that.
It's beyond that. You have to make research. If you can make research very well, you have to do it.
That's quite fascinating. We don't really intend to end this around here, but maybe this might be one of those penultimate questions as far as we are here today for the conversation. But before we do that,
okay,
like I promised myself earlier on, right after the break, I think I will go on with the third freestyle here.
All right, no problem. Okay. Miro la kuo wala tina hakilo bukasi. Sometimes I stand under the tree like a devotee, ask myself, should I ski or flee? Because everything maintained, things become so strange. I think I need to be renamed to see if I can change the storyline, not to get fame, no, but to gain and conquer the game. If tears were to wipe away pain, stains, stocks, were to wipe away stress, I attest I won't be depressed, for I will progress and conquer the word success. The journey is so long, I don't know if I am wrong, but I know I am strong. I can see them talking, reacting, judgmental fingers, judging words, circulating, some debating, but hey, you know what? I am conquering because I am the real definition of a dreamer. Had to tease when we're full. Di taluma tog di ndeki man ngelawam dama ko mis mutanga wala munis. Dem na bay makwetay rongon yi munuta jee xol bu munuta wow xalaat bu munuta sekki ak bot yi munuta teju yalla joxe bakente moy jeli parce que dee dafa nek dogal budut moy bepp doomi adama man dama joy ba son waye du musa tax mu delu ci kaw suuf ak lu munti nek fokk ma mu ndax ci lay jëm for death is a journey of no return.
Oh my God. Dijah, you've heard that, right? You have behind the camera over there. You could hear her speak that. I know I asked this question before. How do you do this? But it's amazing, and it's a unique skill set that you have there, and you should hold on to this. It's quite amazing. And okay, with respect to time, I will pause here, but I'm sure this is a conversation we will finish outside of this program here. Okay, so talk to me lastly about people that have contributed to your life. I'm sure with this journey, however short it has become for you, you have people, loved ones, family members, you have a manager.
Sure.
How important are people like that in your life, in your journey as a poet?
Like, they're very important, because there are other things I want to do. If I can't, I'll just reach out to them, especially my manager. She'll be like, Dijah, never be shy of me. If you want anything, as long as you have aims, I'm going to do it for you. So if I can't, I just call her, hello manager, this is what I needed, and she'll do it for me. Even if she don't have the thing, she'll be like, give me this 3 days, 2 days, and I will see how best I can. And there's this guy called Say, Charts Creation. He do tailoring, and he's always working on my stuffs. He'll be like, Dijah, end of your performance, I want you to wear new clothes. But I told that is impossible. I can't be doing that.
Wow,
so saying a big thanks to all of them.
There are huge personalities, people out there who have a big heart for a journey of this, and you need them in your life. Sure. It's important, and then appreciating such people can be a good step for us going forward. Is that important?
Exactly.
In as much as I want to get this conversation going, I don't really want this to stop. But for somehow, the lady behind the camera over there is always pointing at that clock to say time is up, and we will have to cut it short here. But one promise that I want to make from here, that this is just the beginning. I mean, for you, as far as this platform is concerned,
all right,
we will look forward to bringing you here. This journey that you are in, we want to be a part of it. We want to see Dijah in the sky. We want to see Dijah dominating not just the Gambia, but the continent at large. And we hope someday we'll come back here to talk about that and then celebrate these successes.
Sure, inshallah.
Before we can bring this to an end, any final words or final remarks? I don't prefer to say final words.
Okay, final remarks. Okay, saying thanks to my mom, to all fans and supporters of Dijah. Most especially Kebama ST, he always motivate me. Dijah, look, you have to do this. So a big thanks to him, a big thanks to Queen Gambia. To all fans, a big thanks to them.
Well, I am a fan.
Yeah.
So that appreciation comes to me too. Well, that is important. So how about here in African Renaissance here, you don't have a fan here. Someone just have...
My Toma, Dijah. A big thanks to him and to the food provider.
He said he was so amazed with that freestyle that he had to give me something. He has never given any of my guests a present, but he has given me something. That's quite amazing. Well, we take that from Dijah. Poetry is a way of life. Poetry is a way of communicating not just our feeling. This has gone beyond words rhyming. It has gone beyond flowing a syllable. Societal contribution has become a cause that is being championed by poets and poetresses all over this country. And like she said, we have a lot of challenges as far as the industry is concerned, the art industry in general is concerned. But coming together as youths, coming on sustainability track to talk about issues like this, identifying them and providing solutions to them is one huge step that we should look forward to. And that brings us today to this episode of the Sustainability Track. Look ahead for more interesting episodes and programs from the African Renaissance TV. The African Renaissance TV is open to partnerships, collaborations from individuals and institutions from within and outside of the Gambia. Until we come your way again, this has been Mohammed Bibai.